Each unit in New Interchange has an extension activity at the back of the book, known as an interchange activity. The interchange activity allows students to practice everything they have learned in the unit in the form of surveys, information gaps, and role plays. In an interchange activity, students add their own information and include language they've learned in previous units as well. The focus of the interchange activity is to communicate fluently and to have fun with English. There are 6 general steps for teaching interchange activities. Your teacher's edition provides detailed instructions for each activity. Step 1. Set the scene. Step 2. Assign roles and explain the task. Step 3. Review the information on the page with students. Step 4. Model the task. Step 5. Students complete the task. Step 6. Give feedback. In this section, we'll visit Athena Piachet's class as they carry out an information gap activity from Unit 9. Ms. Piachet begins with a brief review of the structures and vocabulary that students will need for the activity.
Very good. All right. Today we are going to continue what we started last meeting, okay? And we are on Unit 9, right? Okay, and what's the topic of Unit 9?
What does he look like?
Okay, what does he look like? All right. Okay, I just would like to review with you what we studied on the grammar focus last time. And that is questions for describing people, right? Questions for describing people. Say, for example, you want to ask a person's physical appearance. Okay, like, I don't know who he is. Can you please tell me? Can you please describe me? So when you want to say something like that, when you want to ask the question. Very good. What does he look like? Okay. What does he look like? Okay, very good.
I look at interchange activities as the consummation of the whole unit or the whole cycle. It's the part wherein the students get to really practice and apply what they have already learned. So they get to practice the grammar focus, they get to practice intonation, they get to interact with each other, and they get to communicate.
This time we are going to practice more, okay? Talking about people.
Teaching step 1. Set the scene.
Talking about what people are wearing, what people are doing, and how do people look like, all right? So we will go to the next page, all right? Can you please open your books to page 56. Page 56, please. And we are going to do the interchange activity.
Teaching step 2. Assign roles and explain the task.
I think it's better. It's better if we ask you to make your pairs this way, across, from each other.
In information gap activities, arrange the seating so that students can't see each other's pages.
Not this way, because if you are beside each other, you will, look at your partner's picture, okay? So it's better if you are across from each other. So then we will have the students here turn to page IC12, please. Students here, IC12. Then the next row, IC14. Here, IC12, please. Okay. The next row here, IC14. You open to 12, you open to 14, okay? Now, you will find out that these pictures are not the same, okay? There are differences. So, what you are going to do is to ask each other the questions, all right? There are questions here. If you look at your book, They are the same questions, actually. Now, what I want you to do is to ask each other these questions. And then you have to find out how many differences are there, okay, between these two pictures. Now, let's read these questions together just to make sure that you understand everything.
Teaching Step 3. Review the information on the page with students.
I will read it first and then you repeat after me, all right? Okay, how many people are there in your picture?
How many people are there in your picture?
How many are standing?
How many are standing?
Who?
Who?
Now, you will only talk about the pictures, okay, of the people with names, all right? Do not talk about the people in the background. Okay, very good. Excellent. Do you understand everything?
Yeah.
All right. But first, I'd like to try it with somebody.
Teaching Step 4. Model the task.
So, for example, I am student A, all right? And let's see. Brad, okay? You will be student B, okay? Brad, so are you looking at page 1, IC 14? All right, and I am looking at IC 12, all right? Okay, Brad, how many people are there in your picture?
There are six people.
Oh, okay, there are 6 people. Oh, really? Now let me count mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have 6 people in my picture, too. And can you tell me how many people are standing?
There are 4 people standing.
Okay, there are 4 people, not peoples. Huh? Okay, there are 4 people standing. All right? Let's see. Oh, there are only 3 people standing in my picture.
I think the biggest challenge in doing this activity would be just in making sure that they understand what it is they should be doing. So making sure the directions are very clear, making sure you model it, and making sure you ask questions, what I call comprehension check questions, to make sure that they understood the directions.
So, is Faye standing?
Yes.
Oh, well, in my picture, Faye is sitting. So, is this one difference?
Yes.
Good, great. So we found one difference, okay? Yeah, so what should we do now? Okay, we have to write the sentence, okay? So let's make the sentence. In picture one, which is student A, all right? Faye is sitting. But in picture 2, Faye is standing. Okay? Do you understand? All right, so that is what I want you to do. Now you have to take turns asking questions. Take turns asking questions. I'll give you 10 minutes.
Give your students a time limit.
Yeah, communicate and try to find out the differences. Okay, go.
How many people are there? How many people are sitting?
Teaching Step 5. Students complete the task.
In my picture, 3 people are sitting, standing, and Dave, Anne, and Kate.
Picture, Faye is standing.
We found difference.
Difference, and Faye and Kate are holding also same.
But in my picture, it's holding a ring, only holding a ring.
What I like about the interchange activity is that it gives the students the opportunity to communicate in an interesting way, and they feel free. They are not worried about, oh, should I write my answer, or do I have to make sure that Athena is not listening, or do I have to make sure that my grammar is perfect. Of course, that's part of learning the language, but during the interchange activity, the students get to feel free. They can say whatever they want. They can add any other grammatical structure that they have already learned, even though that is not the focus of the unit.
How many differences did you find?
Teaching Step 6. Give feedback.
Many? Slam dunk, how many?
David's t-shirt and Kevin's appearance.
Okay, all right. This is what we are going to do, all right? I will ask students to please go up here, come up to the board, and please write your answers, okay? Okay, Pooh, can you please come up here? All right? And we have another one. Yeah, you can use this side of the board and then this other side of the board. Okay, Sunny. Yeah, you can use this. Sunny, okay? And maybe we can have, right? And the others, try to check if their answers are correct.
Encourage students to identify and correct their own errors.
Picture one. Try to check if their answers are correct. All right? Do you agree with that answer there about and? Okay, Sunny, can you please?
In picture 1, Faye is sitting, but in picture 2, she's standing.
Okay, in picture 1, Faye is sitting, but in picture 2, she is standing. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, very good.
Do you remember the 6 general teaching steps for an interchange activity? Teaching Step 1. Set the scene. Teaching Step 2. Assign roles and explain the task. Teaching Step 3. Review the information on the page with students. Teaching Step 4. Model the task. Teaching Step 5. Students complete the task. Teaching Step 6. Give feedback. Remember, when teaching interchange activities, in information gaps, arrange seating so that students can't see each other's pages. Give your students a time limit, and encourage students to identify and correct their own errors.